over the course of the last couple of minutes here as the drama builds here at Toledo Speedway. Look at Purdy, Jim. Get the good run off the corner. Can he close the door in turn number 3? Zane Smith says, no way, not yet.
You know, Zane made a bonsai move and banged off a car that he was trying to pass and put a lap down earlier. I wonder if that right front saw just a little minute issue with the steering on the right front of his number 41 Icon machine. If there's a difference there, we just saw it on the restart. Not able to take the corner as hard as he wanted to and stay underneath the surging number 8 of his new race leader teammate, Chase Purdy.
I want to remind everybody that Sheldon Creed, the point leader, now out of this race, had a right front problem on that 28, so we could see a new point leader here today. Zane Smith, second in this race, second in the standings coming into this one. Chandler Smith trying to hold on, currently running third. Mike Wallace, what do you have on Chandler?
He ran around the bottom of the racetrack there under that yellow, and he's drugged the sway bar arm off. So he has no sway bar. If you look at the car as it comes around the corner, it's got the left front all up in there. Car will not handle good. We talked about that they might have a problem, and that's what happens when you have a flat tire and you drive around trying to get to pit road.
And that's why you see the juxtaposition of that race car kind of leaned over on the right side, because that sway bar is not doing what it's intended to do. So Chandler Smith, let's just say that that 15-year-old's got a handful for the rest of the race.
Great effort by this 15-year-old because he's used to precision driving. He's grown up racing pavement late models, pavement super late models. Getting the feel of the car is all about how it can handle and grip to the racetrack. Now he's driving this thing like a dirt car. That car's way leaned over, and he's still hanging on to third spot.
And how about this? Chase Purdy. Think about this. Chase Purdy looking for his first victory in nearly 2 years. A couple of years ago, he went down to Greenville-Pickens Speedway, that legendary track in South Carolina. Won a ton of races in a single season. Last year on the NASCAR Can-Am East Series, never won a race. Finished second, runner-up on 5 different occasions. Always fast, but never racing victory lane. Can that change? Can his fate change here today at Toledo?
Well, he brought a lot of momentum from last year with him, including his spotter Joe White on the radio, and his crew chief Cully Barraclough. We want to say, we're with you, buddy. Hope you get better soon. Cully not at the track this weekend, but they are a potent combination. We saw it last year in the Can-Am East Series. We see how strong they are paired up with MDM for a full run this year.
Cully has missed 3 races now, starting at Salem, Talladega, and here Robert Huffman, the interim crew chief for that team. But we definitely wish Cully a speedy recovery. Zane Smith in second. The MDM cars once again looking strong.
Yeah, we're getting close to the finish here, and it's a matter of survival for some of these teams. We mentioned the smoking machine of Grant Enfinger. He's just hanging on. These guys are hard at it. I see this is going to come down to how good Zane Smith's car can turn and get off the final corner. The 4th corner is what they were working on in practice. Can he get that surge to close the gap here in the closing moments?
Chandler Smith now back to the 4th spot as he continues to try to hold on to that number 20. Joe Graham Jr. in the 77 for Chad Bryant Racing has moved into 3rd. So you can see the momentum building for Joe Graham Jr. The kid out of the Northeast just looking very strong in that number 77 machine. Look at him right there. I mean, a couple of races ago, Joe was just kind of learning the ropes, and now he's running strong. And
for this team that was Cunningham Motorsports, if he stays where he's running, he'll be the 4th consecutive driver in 4 years to finish top 5 in the 77 machine here at Toledo Speedway.
Briscoe.
Dalton Sargent. The winner, Myatt Snyder, was in the team car. Chase Briscoe finished 4th here in 2016. Sargent 2nd last year. And 3 years ago, Tom Hessert led 17 laps and finished 3rd.
That 78 smoking a lot now for Grant Enfinger, running 8th, 1 lap down, and that smoke becoming more and more prominent. You heard Mike Wallace talk about, might be a rear end gear on that, but you can see it's coming from the front and the rear now on Grant Enfinger's machine.
There's that much smoke pouring out of the fender well. It's more than a rub. Wow. Hang in there, Grant. The track stays clean here. The issue is with if that car loses any fluids, it causes a whole lot of difference.
Chase Purdy slips up. Here comes Zane Smith. Zane Smith to the inside and back to the lead here at Toledo with under 10 to go.
The capitalizer. I think I just got a new nickname for this Smith kid. Zane Smith took the lead in a daring 3-wide pass earlier.
It's not over. It's not over. Wow. The 34 Basham right there. Chandler Smith now going a lap down.
Boy, Smith is just hanging on. As I mentioned, as the laps wind down, the temperature is at its peak. We're at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. We're boiling over here.
Grant Enfinger in the 78, just to let you know, he's brought that car to pit road. So Grant Enfinger on pit road and off the racetrack. Smith in the 41 and the 8 of Purdy. They've been going at it as teammates, and look at this. Zane Smith sees the opportunity for the second time in this race to take the lead.
Great replay look there as Chase Purdy just out of shape, trying to hang in there, and Smith had a better run into turn 3. Purdy could do nothing but let him on the inside run.
Purdy has got to be just so frustrated inside that race car. 5 times 1 year ago, finished second in the NASCAR Pro Series East. Now in second again here today in the ARCA Racing Series. It would be his best career finish in ARCA for sure, and his second top 5 of the season. Zane Smith though, now with 4 laps to go, looking for his 3rd win of the season in 5 races.
And hammering home the exclamation point of these 2 drivers, they will likely be the top 2 in points heading into this race this Thursday at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Zane came 70 points out of the lead into this one and second in points. Purdy was just 55 points behind Riley Herbst, who's had all sorts of issues. So I see those guys having huge point swing days overall.
Zane Smith, so talented. A couple of years ago, won 5 super late model races around the Southeast. Then he went on a 1.5-year winless streak, a big old goose egg in the win column, and it bothered him. Said he lost his confidence. Then he won at Nashville, and he said, the pep is back in my step, and you can see it. Zane Smith, the teenager, a rising talent with 1 lap to go here at Toledo.
3 more clean corners, 4 or 5 cars ahead of him. We'll see if Zane wants to attack that or just kind of lay back and let it come to him. Purdy's looking for an advantage. He's closing quickly here in the final few moments.
Coming off of turn number 4. It'll be a hat trick of wins for Zane Smith early in the year in the ARCA Racing Series presented by Menards. And a fine tribute to the 48 of James Hilton. We pay tribute to that gentlemanly racer here today at Toledo.
Great run by this team. Smith has made a statement today. His crew chief, Marty Lindley, was worried that they didn't get that final mock qualifying run yesterday. He tried one more swing at it. They didn't get a chance to really get at speed before the rains came. He said, I'm going to keep that change in. I think it's the right move. We'll see what it does in the race. We have no other options. We want to make that change, make it work.
This 18-year-old is very impressive, taking the backwards victory lap here at Toledo Speedway. He looks tough, but he's still a teenager and a 3-time winner here in ARCA. The youth has gone wild here in the ARCA Racing Series presented by Menards. The Menards 200 now complete here at Toledo Speedway. And Zane Smith, 18 years old, the California kid, is golden once again, climbing out of that car victorious for the 3rd time this year in ARCA. Let's go to Mike Wallace.
Well, I'm down here getting soaked, guys, and as you've nicknamed him upstairs, the California kid has just put a whooping on him again. And Chase Purdy, his teammate, look at here. Whoa, hey, we're getting soaked down here. Zane, man, your 3rd race of the win. What are you thinking about there?
Like I said, Talladega, man, this is an unbelievable year, and there's just so many people I need to thank, and I'll probably forget them again in this interview, but La Paz Margarita Mix, my pit crew, they killed it on pit road again. Icon Vehicle Dynamics, all the fans for coming out today, my whole crew, man, they worked their butts off at the shop. General Tire, these things last the whole time. I pretty much went 100% the whole time. And ARCA, I was pretty hectic. Had one of the lappers try to wreck me multiple times, even on my victory lap there. So that's cool. But yeah, man, so many people to thank. Thank you.
Tell us about the late race pass with your teammate Chase Purdy. That was exciting to watch.
Yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for the lappers, I probably wouldn't have had him. I knew that I just need to stay on him and maybe pressure him into a mistake because we're pretty much dead even. So he wouldn't pull away from me. We would just stay right there. And I don't know what was up with my restarts today, but I just couldn't get going. This was just a long-run car. And but yeah, he did an awesome job today. It's great to see his luck turn around. He had a rough one at Talladega, and that's awesome. You're racing with a teammate.
Well, your whole team, the MDM group, has impressed everybody. You've impressed the whole world. You got 3 wins right now, man. So congratulations. But tell us just real quick about that team. Are you guys even thinking about anything but a championship right now with all these wins?
Yeah, I mean, if you do your job at the racetrack and all the boys do their job at the racetrack, that'll come. That's a bonus right there, and honestly, that's the main goal. But we came here to get wins, and when you get wins, they turn into championships.
Outstanding. You go have a great time with that crew. Congratulations. Unbelievable run from Zane Smith.
And for the second year in a row, the crew chief goes to victory lane. Last year, Harrison Burton drove to victory lane. His crew chief, Marty Lindley. Marty told me before the race, I've got a good book from last year. Guess what? Back in victory lane with his driver this year, Zane Smith.
Chase Purdy, another second-place run for him. Joe Graf Jr., second at Talladega, third here. 2 consecutive podium finishes for Joe Graf Jr., the driver, the Chad Bryant, number 77. Chandler Smith holds on for another top 5 finish. And Brett Holmes scores his first top 5 of the year for that independent team. Brandon Grasso, a good run for him. Natalie Decker with another top 10. Travis Braden, Harrison Burton, and Thad Moffitt with a top 10 finish for the King's grandson.
2 drivers are age 20 in the top 10 in this race. The rest are 15, 16, 17, and 18 years old.
The Scott's rookie competitors looking pretty sharp here today at Toledo. Mike Wallace?
Well, I'm down here with our second-place finisher, Chase Purdy. Chase, just tell us about that race, man. It was exciting.
Yeah, no, you know, I got to thank all my guys at MDM, Bama Buggies, everybody that worked on the car today. New crew chief out of the team, Mark McFarland. God, he had me hooked up. These General Tires were on point today, and man, I gotta say that was fun. I think it was me and Zane were sitting there with 20 to go, and I knew I had to beat him on the outside, and I did just that. And then we got caught up in traffic, and man, it's all about how you play those lap cars sometimes. And with about 7, 8 to go, I want to say he got by me those lap cars, and man, it was just World War II even. And I mean, we're even like that. We're spread out 5 car lengths. There's no way you can catch them unless they catch traffic again. And my luck, they didn't catch traffic again. So just one of those deals. I'm real proud of my guys at MDM. Congratulations to Zane and their guys over there. They've been a big help for us on the short track stuff. So looking forward. We'll go to Charlotte Thursday.
Well, that sounds outstanding. Zane told me that he wasn't going to beat you until traffic got in the way. And your whole team, I asked him the same question, MDM dominance. You guys are just, your team is exceptional.
Yeah, no, I mean, we come to the racetrack every weekend, and you almost feel like your biggest competitor is your teammate. And I really think that's shown this year. You know, I haven't had the luck to kind of be in these positions just yet. Today was our first day to be in a winning spot. I feel like we could really capitalize. We haven't had the luck at Daytona and Talladega and stuff like that. So we'll take this, move on forward, and get one spot better Thursday.
Outstanding. Savor that second-place finish. Good job. Bob?
Best career finish for Chase Purdy. Best career finish for Thad Moffitt with the 10th. CGS Imaging on board with that team for this race. Carson Hocevar, his first race, winds up with an 11th place run.
You know, he got laps down early and stayed on pace. He was 5 laps down for the majority of this race. Nice debut for that 15-year-old out of Michigan. Enfinger finally pulled it in late within 5 laps of the finish. Tony Marakovich, good to see him back. We hope to see him more as the season progresses. And the debut for Eddie Thatcher, event filled. The car was off pace for a while. He spun early, rebounded for a top 15 finish in his debut.
Rick Clifton, Sheldon Creed, I think that's the big one right there, finishing in the top 20, 18th place for the point leader coming in. Let's take a look at the race recap here. The Smiths on the front row. Chandler Smith in the 20, Zane Smith outside of the 41.
And it looked like we're going to see what we saw at Salem, a very fast-paced run. These young drivers don't just have 1 or 2 laps of speed. They put it down on the floorboard with the right foot. They were the drivers that put even Travis Braden down, who was running in the top 10 at the time.
Look at this, hold on. Contact with a slower car, Basham. Zane Smith propels himself into the lead. A little contact there with Chandler Smith as well to get that spot.
And I thought that would be the difference. This was a great restart by Chase Purdy. Told the story. I thought Purdy had a much better handling car, but this opportunity opened wide for Zane Smith.
Slower traffic was key today for Zane Smith to get the lead. He pulled off the final pass right there and then drove to victory lane for the 3rd time this year here in ARCA.
Brimming with confidence, he'll be hard to beat. He's going to be the driver that others are going to say, how do we get into Zane Smith's head to beat him? We can't do it on the racetrack with the speed he's got right now with that team.
Let's go to Mike Wallace.
Well, I'm down with Joe Graf Jr. and, man, 3rd place finish here at Salem.
Yeah, I just got to thank my team. We had a really good car today. I think we had something for the leaders. Just got the lucky dog there at the end and couldn't get a caution. But this team works so hard. I got to thank everybody that makes it possible. My team, big time, just everybody that helps me get here. this is going to be a great year for sure.
Well, it's nice to hear. I think you're signed up for the rest of the year is what the team was telling me. And what's the deal about this spotter guy, Pockets? I mean, he got you in trouble the other day at Bristol, they tell me.
Yeah, he definitely got blamed for the Bristol incident.
I was kidding.
Nothing he could have done there. He called it when the guy looped it. He just the guy never got on the brakes, rolled right up the track into us. So there's nothing he could have done there. He called it.
Well, that's cool, man. You great run today. Congratulations. Take that to Charlotte.
Thank you.
Pockets always does a good job for Joe Graff Jr., and Joe Graff Jr. really turning some heads here in the ARCA Racing Series. But right now, it's about one team today at Toledo, MDM Motorsports and Zane Smith in Victory Lane.